Hello, Diane, darling. I promise you and assure you that there are no pensioners in dinghies arriving on Douglas Beach, any other Isle of Man beach, inlet, river or coast. It wasn't real, it was fake, it was a skit, it was a bit of fun. And for everyone else who's wondering what the heck is going on right now, let me try and explain.
Come on, rock me Amadeus, rock me Amadeus, Amadeus. Oh.
Okay, if you live on the Isle of Man, then I don't have to explain to you what the Mannin Line is. If you don't live here, if you're new to the place, the Mannin Line is a daily 1 hour long phone-in program at Manx Radio from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock every day. It's a bit of an institution. We do call it the Mannin Line because you can just phone up and complain about anything and everything, from the weather to the government, taxes, immigration, whatever. It's a free for all. It's usually the same 6 to 10 people who phone up actually. But today, around 40 minutes into the program, a lady called Diane, that's the name she gave, and that's all we know about her, and really all I do want to know about her. A lady called Diane phoned up, and I think it's best if I just play you that segment and let you listen to it yourself, and then we'll see about it after. So, here it is.
Diane's on now. Hello, Diane.
Hello, Andy. I hope you're keeping well, darling.
Very well, thanks.
Oh, good. I rang in because I wanted to inquire. I was looking for something on the internet, on Manx. I believe it was Monday when Carrick Road was closed. Carrick Road, that's the road that goes down past the amenity centre.
Yeah.
Anyway, couldn't find anything, so I went through the Manx YouTube and Manx Telly and all that sort of thing. Can't remember which one it was now. And I came across a video on Manx, and it was, there must have been 100 people. They were coming up one of the inlets onto the Isle of Man,
Yeah.
and there was a police car there. There were other people there, and apparently the gentleman from Bolton, they had these people. There was must have been 4 or 5 big boats. These ones that the less than desirables used to come across the channel, and they had come across from England. The gentleman had come from Bolton. They were seeking to be refugees from England.
Oh, I've seen that. It's introduced by a blonde-haired woman, isn't it? She's standing on the beach.
I'm not sure. No, that's not that one. No, this because that's by the sea. That's by the beach. This was in a river, like an inlet that had come in. And
Because the one I've seen, the one I've seen it's a spoof. The one I've seen, it's a spoof. They're just taking the mickey. It's been generated by artificial intelligence just to say that there are people coming over from England in boats because they're sick and tired of living in England.
Well, they said they wouldn't live under. Well, I'm getting tongue-tied. Starmer. They said it's horrendous. Well, I know it's horrendous over there. I got out in good time. I came over in 2007 because I was fed up. I wouldn't be in the EU. But I've never. The women were saying they'd applied to go to live in Spain and that, and but they weren't allowed.
Wow.
See, they're not allowed to go. I suppose. I don't know why. And it may be that because we're not in the EU now. Well, we had Brexit without the exit.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. I think you've seen a spoof, Diane. I think because if we'd had refugees from Bolton, I'm sure we'd have heard from them.
Yeah, well, this is where that gentleman, the women, as I said, the one woman who spoke for them said they'd applied to go and live in Spain, but they weren't allowed.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, there were police cars there, and I've never heard anybody mention it.
I think we can safely say it's a Mickey take, Diane.
Well,
I know.
Where the hell would they get all them boats from?
Oh well, it's developed by artificial intelligence.
Well, I'd be surprised, but you know, they were speaking like genuinely. They were dressed up properly. It must have been done in the hot weather because, as I said, the ladies didn't have any cardigans or anything on. They had just blouses and nice trousers, and there were men in some boots, women in other boots.
Well, they obviously didn't know about the Manx weather.
Well, I know who has about 70 odd miles across the Irish Sea.
I think we can safely say that it's made up. And if anybody was making their way from Bolton, I think they'd take the boat and not paddle across.
Well, I was sort of shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I thought, are they really coming across from England now? Because they want to get out. There's millions leaving. They're all getting out. They can't hack it anymore.
Good to hear from you. Thanks, Diane. Have a good day.
Yeah, and if you find anything out, or anybody, one of your listeners, perhaps they'd ring in and tell us.
Okay, we'll find out. Good to hear from you. Thanks for that. The current tax system.
So there we are. You've just heard and seen that AI is indeed capable of creating news and impressions and stories that look very, very real. And of course, that was the idea behind it. I wanted it to look real. So Diane, if you're watching this, yes, my intention was to make it look real, but I assure you it's not real. And don't take my word for it. Here's Bob from Bolton again to explain to you that he's not real.
Dear Diane, I am sorry if you thought I was real and trying to invade the Isle of Man together with hundreds of UK pensioners in our dinghies. I assure you I am not. I was created by artificial intelligence, and you can think of me as an animation or a very lifelike cartoon character.
But I think the lesson behind this really is, I mean, maybe I just created the first ever AI piece of fake news in Isle of Man history. That would be really cool. Don't know if anyone did this before, that someone, thought a video news piece on the Isle of Man was real when it wasn't. But it also shows you like some of the dangers behind this, right? I mean, this was meant to be a bit of fun, and most people obviously caught on to it. But not everyone, it was so convincing. And yes, I deliberately cut in real footage, my own footage of emergency services, because over the years I've collected so much stock footage that I have stuff that I can use. And I wanted it to look real and convincing, and evidently it did. So the video itself is now at 350,000 views or something, so it's really taken off. Of course, the vast majority of people see it at what it is. It's a bit of fun, it's a joke. But it actually is a joke with a very serious background. So, while there are no dinghies arriving here with pensioners in it, there are certainly loads of ferries and planes arriving with people escaping the UK to come to here. So yeah, in a way there is some truth to this. And, my inbox, seriously, I help people move here as a hobby. I never charge for it. Again, my contact details, as always, are in the description. If you have questions about the Isle of Man, or want to know something about moving here, living here, I'm always happy to help people, because I would have appreciated if someone had helped me when I moved here 25 years ago now. And, I've moved around the world and know how hard it is to find out things about new places. So I'm always happy to help people, but I have seriously seen a huge uptake in, the number of inquiries I've received, messages and emails and phone calls, since I put that video out, which of course amplified it. But yeah, there are a lot of people actually moving from the UK to the Isle of Man. They don't arrive in dinghies, they arrive in cars and on planes and on the ferry as foot passengers. But yes, it is happening. So, sorry again, Diane, and I assure you it's not real. It is AI, and it was actually also marked as AI on YouTube, but it only gives like a tiny little indication, like it does on this video, because I've used AI. You will have seen it at the beginning. There should have been a little notice here, which is easy to miss. So I think the lesson here is always be very, very careful what you believe when you see or read or listen to anything online. Am I going to make further AI videos in future? Absolutely I will. It's huge fun. It gives you so much creative power. Like the things I can do now with the click of a mouse and $10, literally. Some of these subscription services, I use stuff like Midjourney, Kling, ChatGPT for image generation, Runway, HeyGen, and 11 Labs. That's some of the ones that I use and used for these videos. It's amazing. It gives you so much creative power, but of course it gives you, I guess, a certain responsibility. So that's really all. I just wanted to show you that, and I wanted to reassure you, Diane, it's not real. There's no pensioners. It's all good. But there are people moving here. Do we need to plan for that? Do we need to do something about it? Yeah, we probably should. We need something like an economic strategy and maybe a competent government. But that's for another video. So for now, I just want to share that with you. Like and subscribe. See you next time.